In this video, we are just going to go over a quick introduction under coordinate geometry. So under this topic, you get to learn how to come up with an equation in the form of y is equals to mx plus a c. You get to understand that c, it is the y-intercept, and then you get to understand the y-intercept itself, and also the m. What is m? M, it is the gradient of the equation. How to come up with the gradient if you have been given the 2 points. Let's say I've been given the points A and C. How to come up with the gradient of these 2 points, and also how to come up with the length of the points. Now, just a quick one. I would love to come up with the points or the coordinates of the points. Now we have to understand that mostly under coordinate geometry we'll be dealing with the Cartesian plane. So this is the Cartesian plane. We have y there in the starting from this point. Let's say if you have the compass, this is your north, and then that is your south, this is your east, and then that is your west. So in the y, from north to south, it is the y-axis, and then from west to east, it is the x-axis. And then you get to understand that going from this point where they meet, it is at 0, and then starting from this point going up, it is for the positive, and then from 0 coming down to the south, it is the negative. Also from 0 going to this side, it is positive. From 0 going to this side, it is negative. So that's just the basic of the Cartesian plane. Now if they ask you to come up with the points given the Cartesian plane in this form, what you do is the coordinates must be in the form of x followed by a y there. So this will show the position of the point. Let's say we are finding the position of point A. So the position of point A, which is this point there, as you can see, this arrow which is pointing, it is pointing the position of A. Now you start with x. So when you're at that point, as you can see, this line goes all the way down in order for us to come up with the position. Now that position, it is what? A 2. So you have a 2 there, comma. Now remember, we are starting with x and then followed by y for the coordinates. And then where is y? Y, as you can see, it is at that point, and then that is a 3. So that is your position for point A. Now what about the position of point C? The position of point C, as you can see, you start with the x. So in this case, the x, it is a 1 there, and then you say a 1 there. And then what about y? You have to understand that at this point we have what? A 0. So going this side, it is here it is a 0, there it is a 1, a 2. So if you have 0, as you can see, it is at that point. So in the y, it is 0. Or we can just simply say in the x-axis, y is equals to 0. As you can see, this point C, it is in the x-axis, so which simply means that y, it is what? It is 0, like that. And then that becomes your position for point C. And also D, you can pause the video and then you try to come up with the coordinates. For D, as you can see, it is at that point, and then when you go to the y-axis, it is at -1, and then to the x-axis, it is also at -1. So we have -1 there, also have -1 there. And then what about B? B, it is at that point. What is x? You come down, x, it is what? -2. So B, we have -2. What about the y? The y, it is +2, like that. And then that is your positions for these points. In the next video, we are going to learn how to come up with the gradient of the lines or of the points.